Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Valeria and I'm your violin teacher. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to check my videos. I have so many videos and I have so many playlists with violin lesson, music theory lessons, with the songs for violin, how to take care of your violin, reviews for the strings, for the rosin. I also created a book for beginner violin players that called 15 easy violin songs. This book written in PDF format. I think I created something great because you have in this book 15 easy songs, you have 15 piano plus metronome accompaniments, and you have 15 free lessons for every song, and you have theory exercises. And you don't forget to subscribe, press the bell, like my videos, and of course leave some comments. For you it's just couple of clicks, and for me it will be very motivating. If you would ask me now, what's the most important thing for a violin player? The answer will be left and right hand. Actually, the posture of the left and the right hand. If your left or right hand don't have a correct position, you have so many problems. But if your left and right hand are perfect, let's say, it will help you a lot with bow strokes, with intonation, with the shifting, and with all that violin stuff. I already have a videos with the left hand posture, with the right hand posture, but today I want to point you at 5 common mistakes in the left hand position on violin. So the mistake number 1 that you as a beginner violin player might do, and usually this is the mistake for every beginner violin player, we are trying to hold our violin with our palm. This is a very big mistake actually, because in this position you won't be able to move, still you will be able to move your fingers, but forget about positions. You can play like this only maybe in the first position, and I don't think so you will be in the perfect tune. Actually, some teachers prefer to teach their students not from the first position, because we have this thing with our palm to help to hold a violin. Some teachers, they're teaching their students from the third position. You know why? Because in the third position there is no place for us to put that palm and hold violin. Anyway, you have to keep your hand just like this to be able to play in the third position. And actually, I think in some way it's comforting the student, because usually when a student begin to learn other positions and going higher, they are scared of high positions somehow. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been there. Also, when I was a student, I was so afraid of high positions. But this can be actually very good experience to start to learn violin from the third position, even though I'm not doing it like this, but some teachers, they are. So back to our mistakes. Mistake number 1, never try to help yourself hold the violin with your palm. This is not good, this is not helpful, and when you will try to fix it, it will be painful. Not literally painful, but it will be very hard. Mistake number 2 usually comes from mistake number 1. When we are keeping our violin just like this, helping with our palm, we don't have a gap between our thumb and index finger, because there is no way to have a gap there. If we are holding our violin correctly, just like this, our palm have to kind of look at us or be a mirror, so we can look at that mirror. In this case, between a thumb and index finger, you're supposed to have a gap, so it has to look something like this, yeah? So you can place a violin just here. If you don't have that gap, most probably your left hand looks like this, which is also a big mistake. Like this, you're blocking fingers on your left hand, you see, so it's very hard to move them. So mistake number 2, no gap between a thumb and index finger. If you still don't have that gap, you better fix it. Mistake number 3, some students prefer to place the violin in that gap, just like this. Might be kinda helpful at the beginning, yeah, because you feel more secure. The violin stays properly in the hand and it won't run anywhere. But when you will start to learn positions, if your violin will be right in this gap, and when you want to go, okay, maybe second position still possible to approach, third position maybe, yes, what you're gonna do when you go in the 4th, 5th and 6th and upper positions will be very hard to bring your hand right here, because sometimes we have to change positions very fast and we don't have time to think how to do that. So if your violin will be, the neck, by the way, of your violin will be right in this gap and you have to change position, it takes too much time. So the violin have to lay in that gap, have to be right here, not laying down in this gap, right here, yeah, so you still can see through that gap. Mistake number 4, your elbow. At the beginning, your elbow have to be right under the violin. If your elbow somewhere behind your back, this is not good at all, because like this it will be very hard for you to reach your 4th finger, to reach a note that you're supposed to play with your 4th finger. So please remember, the elbow have to be always under the violin. If you will have left elbow under the violin, your palm will be in the right position. And mistake number 5, your fingers. Your fingers, they have to breathe. They have to be separate from each other. They have to be free from each other, yeah? Never stick them like this together. Also, many beginner violin players, somehow they like to keep them tight. I think for them it's more safe this way, but no, our fingers, they have to breathe. I understand that maybe for you this position of your fingers feels very safe, but you have to think more further. When you start to play more complicated pieces, you need to stretch your fingers. You have to stretch the distance between your fingers, and if they will be always like this together next to each other, it will be very hard to stretch them. Don't forget, violin, it's not about the frets. We always have to find a right note. We are looking for that note by building intervals. I hope you already know that if it's tone, your fingers, they have to be on the distance. If it's semitone, your fingers, they have to be next to each other. If you don't know what means tone and semitone in general, check my music theory lessons. Just click here, I'll leave for you that link. Or if you don't know what it means on the violin, also you can find that lesson in the Violin Lessons for the beginners playlist. So back to our mistakes. Fingers, they have to breathe. They have to be equally strong. They have to be independent from each other. And also you have to prepare them for future stretching. I hope after this video you will be able to recognize your mistakes in the left hand. But in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, because every Wednesday, by the way, don't forget to press that bell, because every Wednesday I'm releasing a new video, and maybe that next video will be even more helpful for you. Don't forget to practice. See you next Wednesday.